And I'm co-host Scott. Chapter 1, Return to the Isle of Haylin. We start off with Gray. It is a new year at the academy. He is getting married. He is prepping for it. Unfortunately, with some of that prep comes with telling his brother that, yay, I'm getting married, but also your honeysuckle's still in the Abyssal Hells. And I left her there, accidentally. Why did I think you were doing the Chinese finger trap? I was so confused. Yes, very awkward. Oops, very awkward. It very much feels like that. Like, shouldn't we be going in a circle by now? Chapter 3 is Lantern Light. So Waste reassures Nini that the fire's not real. And this is the benefit of having Waste. He's like, yo, I don't really feel fire. I don't really hear fire. It's kind of a you thing. I don't think that's a real thing. She does start going the wrong way, and Waste is able to kind of redirect her. She realizes that if she can focus on Sorin, kind of focus on the good things in her life, the good people in her life, who Sorin was one of the few people that actually tried to help her heal from killing her brother and not just blame her and make her feel bad for it. They do end up finding the fountain, which is amazing, so they can now both see again, but unfortunately the fountain is not the exit. So they're scrounging around, trying to figure out how to get out, and they do hear the shriek from Zundai. Someone's gonna step up at the wedding and be like, "No, I do object." it's a lot less complicated than I think she's trying to make it out to be. Like, guys are pretty straightforward. If you narrow it down to about 3 or 4 topics, I think you'll pretty closely nail what most guys are thinking about at any given time. That brings us into chapter 5. So we are now having to explain, with Gray arriving at his family's home, he has to explain, again, multiple things to his family. So he has to explain the whole Hells thing. They have to explain the whole wedding news and like, hey, we need to go off to this other island because I'm going to get married in 2 weeks. And he does. There is a moment where he actually calls his stepmom Mom, which this is a really sweet moment because it's not something he does. There is also a little bit of explanation. So Gray is marrying into the Cross family, which does mean that he will take on the Cross family name. So that is something where kind of the family of higher status or the richer family, it gives the name rather than it just being always, take the husband's name or something of that sort. Gray does go off. He's gathering honeysuckles, and my first assumption was these are actually for Ashlyn because he does mention that that's something that is common on the island is to do that, but it turns out that he's actually gathering them to put on his actual mother's gravestone. And this Deimos is kind of like we got bigger fish to fry here. Yes, exactly. I mean, for Gray, there is not very often that he gets to come back to the island, and considering everything he's going through, you really don't even know if you're going to get to come back to the island at some point. So you kind of like, hey, can I take an hour to go put some flowers on my mom's gravestone? He does also discuss that he really wants a true form mimic. He thinks this is kind of one of the keys. And we know that the true form mimic is related to conquering your worst fears. And luckily, Sorin, as a nightmare, can evoke terrors. So his thought is, hey, if I can use Sorin's terrors, I can figure out, one, what my fears are, how to face them, and maybe this is a way that I can face my true form. I'll have notes on the whole thing, just waiting and come back. How it works. No, I'm just happy we're actually in Labyrinth Arcanist after thinking we were here for 4 books.